Hello, thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. This is Hafiz. I am really excited to brought up this video for H1B Work Visa Lottery for fiscal year of 2024 and 25. I suggest you to watch this video with full focus, grab a coffee or cup of tea and sit and watch this complete video until the end. And I suggest you to put your questions in the comment box as this video will have all the details that you wish to understand about H1B work visa lottery system. So first of all, this video I have made with the purpose for sharing knowledge and to help the community and people by providing generic guidelines to understand what H1B is that can help to explore the career opportunities in United States of America and achieve their American dream. Secondly, I am not an employer, immigrant lawyer, or recruitment agent, so I won't be able to help you secure a job or H1B visa. So let's put our expectations very clear in the beginning. Agenda for today's video is first we will build the understanding of what is H1B visa, what are the advantages, what are the requirements, who is eligible to apply for H1B, what are the visa cap numbers for each fiscal year, and what are the H1B major milestones and important timelines for this year's H1B visa lottery. So first of all, we need to understand what is H1B visa. The purpose for H1B visa is to help US employers who cannot find enough talent or needed skills to run their business within US. So they look for skills from foreign countries for the talented people in order to carry out their business activities. So we need to understand H1B visa is a non-immigrant employment-based visa. It is solely based on the sponsorship. So first of all, you have to secure a job with an employer who can sponsor H1B visa for you. So H1B visa it's granted to an eligible foreign non-US temporary worker for as below. First is specialty occupation, that is H1B. Second is services for exceptional merit and ability, basically for the DoD, Department of Defense research and development projects type of work. And third one is fashion models of distinguished merit or ability, that is H1B3. I'm going to focus on the first category, that is under the specialty occupation H1B. So work permit is granted for 3 years initially and can be extended for 3 years more. There are some exceptions that it can be extended up to 1 year. So total will be 7 years in some exceptional cases, but it requires some legal justifications and documentation needed to be done. Now I will discuss advantages of H1B. First of all, there is no age limit technically, but in order to secure a job, you have to be under 45 or 50 in some cases. Let's say if you have like huge amount of experience or you have some high qualifications like PhDs or MPhil, then you can get a job. Second advantage is that you can bring your immediate family like your spouse and kids under 21 years of old to US with you on dependent visa. So you will be getting H1B and all your dependents like spouse and kids will be getting H4. Let's say if you have kids above 24 years of age, that you can obtain a study visa for them. Kids can attend low cost public schooling system that is almost free or with minimal cost. Quality of education is pretty good, and I should say if you can afford private schooling, there are a lot of available options as well, but that can be expensive. US has very decent quality of life. You will get respect, equality treatment. It has top-notch universities and some of the great hospitals, and US has one of the best justice system in the world. So the main thing is you will be treated with respect and equality, and you all have a lot of opportunities in order to grow your career in terms of like academic qualifications, you want to study further, you will have a lot of opportunities to learn and grow. H1B also provides pathway to citizenship. That is a great benefit because H1B is a dual intent visa and that can be converted into permanent residence green card after arriving in the US. So basically, since H1B is an employment based visa, you will need help of the employer to file your green card. So basically, they will do some paperwork and then they can sponsor your green card as well once you start working with them in the US. So after living inside US for 5 years on the green card, you will be eligible for US citizenship and can get the US passport. Now I will discuss requirements for H1B specialty occupation. So first requirement of the specialty occupation is H1B visa is issued to the field of the STEM like science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. And that will basically include everything. No matter you are from the arts field, you are from the engineering, technology, computer, IT, analytics, you are from the field of science like biology, chemistry, physics, you are associated with the learning and development, you are teaching, or you have some good field experience that you are eligible to apply. Minimum you should have 5 years of experience. It is not mandatory, but you will have a good chance to secure a job with minimum 5 years of experience. And that occupation requires that it will prove that you have enough skills, practical skills for the position that you are applying for. And then second thing is you should have minimum bachelor's degree or higher degree. So minimum qualification requirement is you should have 16 years of education, that is 12 plus 4. So if you have like BS 4 years, that is enough. Or if you have like 2 years bachelor's, BSc, 2 years BSc and 2 years MSc, that also makes 16 years. So basically minimum you need to have 16 years of education in that specialty occupation. Let's say you have done BE in computer engineering for 4 years, and then you need to secure a job opportunity in the same field, basically, to fulfill those requirements for the specialty occupation and the H1B work visa subsequently. And third requirement is employer must also be able to pay required wages for the occupation. US has a very good wages system. It ensures security for the employee that employer have sufficient funds to pay the salary. So it gives you peace of mind and sense of security and stability when you come to the US on H1B visa. For some professions like health care workers like doctors, nurses, physiotherapists, they will have to attain a license from the concerned or respective US authority in order to be eligible for the H1B visa for their job position. Who can apply for H1B? So all the foreign nationals currently outside USA, non-US citizens who meet the requirements discussed in previous slides, plus people who are inside US currently and they are already either on the study visa or either working on some other visa like OPT or CPT, or will need a sponsorship in order to continue their stay beyond their education. So currently people who are on H1B already in the US and then they are working with some universities or non-profit organizations, then if they wish to have a job opportunity with CAP subject employers like other employers from other than universities or non-profit organizations, they can also take benefit from H1B visa lottery system. So people who are on other non-immigrant visas such as TN is basically visa for the Canadian nationals, H3, H2, O1, or J1, but they need to change their status to H1 in order to take the full time employment with the US employer. People who are having dependent status with work authorization such as H4 or J2 with a valid employment authorization document. L2 is spouse or E2 is spouse. They can also take advantage from H1B lottery in order to secure a visa to start working as a full-time employee for H1B sponsor. H1B visa cap numbers. So we need to understand what is the total number allocated for visas for each year. So there are total 85,000 H1B visas available to be granted each fiscal year, and these are divided into two categories as below. So first category is advanced degree exemption, that is master's cap. So 20,000 visas are allocated for masters for the people who have completed their master's degree in United States or PhD degree or higher degree. So 20,000 visas will be allocated for them, and then remaining 65,000 are allocated to the regular cap. So out of 65,000, 6,800 visas are reserved for the nationals of Chile and Singapore under the treaty agreement with the United States of America. So let's say if any visa from that 6,800 is unused, that will go back to the regular cap and can be assigned to other country nationals if not used. So now I will show you the numbers from the previous years. So let's say you can see the trend, the demand for the H1B is very high. You can see the last 4 years, the number of registrations are increasing every year. Although there are like lot of fake registrations happen, as you can see in the table, the demand for H1B visa is increasing every year. As you can see, previous year 2024, the registrations were around 780,000, and as compared to the 2023 where the registrations were around 483,000, that was like double in the 2024. And you can see the number of selections were happened around 188,000. Basically, out of those 85,000 slots, they selected 188,000 applicants in order to make them eligible to submit the petition for the work permit. So now I will discuss what are the major milestones for the H1B visa. So first of all, H1B electronic registration has to be done for the computerized lottery. So this is the first major milestone need to be completed by the employer. So let's say we need to understand H1B visa is based on the computerized lottery and there is no human intervention in that. So this H1B electronic registration has to be completed by employer. This is the first major milestone. And then second major milestone is that labor certification application or LCA has to be submitted to US Department of Labor and has to be certified. So let's say once you are selected in the H1B lottery, second step that your employer has to file certification application for the wages, like how much salary he is going to pay you for that particular position, and he has to get that LCA certified from the US Department of Labor. Then third major milestone is that once he LCA is obtained and certified from the Department of Labor, so that H1B petition form I-129 need to be prepared and submitted to USCIS for the work permit. This is also done by the employer. The last major milestone is that once your petition is approved, means your work permit is approved, now you need to apply for the US visa in order to travel. So you need to prepare the visa form, that is DS 160, pay visa fee, and then schedule visa appointment with US consulate at your home country. So that is the responsibility for the candidate. Now first we need to understand what is electronic registration for H1B computerized lottery. So in the first step, employer or attorney need to fill online registration form for each and every H1B worker with his details like full name, passport detail, etc. They need to pay $10 online registration fee for each requested worker in order to insert their name for the H1B lottery. Then initial registration period run for minimum 14 days, and then it is, as I said, it is a computerized lottery. It is done by the computer and there is no human intervention in that. Second step, labor certification application has to be obtained by the employer from Department of Labor. So Department of Labor certifies that this company or this employer has sufficient funds for the next 3 years in order to pay the salary to the employee. Third major milestone is H1B petition, that is Form I-129 submission to the US CIS for the work permit. So once the work permit is approved, then you can get approval notice, that is called Form I-797, that allows you to obtain a visa stamp from US at your home country. Fourth major milestone is after once you get the I-797 form, then you need to prepare visa form, that is called DS-160, pay the visa fee and schedule visa appointment. So there is a fee for the each applicant for the DS-160, that is $190 for each person for H1B main applicant and all the H4 like dependents like your spouse and kids. So you have to basically pay the visa fee at the local designated bank in your home country and get the payment receipt. So once you get the payment receipt from the bank, then you have to schedule an appointment with the nearest US consulate in your home country in order to appear for in-person interview and to do the biometrics. So you need to bring certain documents. Let's say if you are bringing your family, you need to bring marriage certificate. You need to give a proof that you are the legal parent of the kid. So you need to bring their birth certificates as well, marriage certificate. Then other proofs like if you have like joint account with bank account with your spouse, you need to bring the bank statement, and there are a lot of other documents requirements as well. So list of documents is available in the US websites in your country. So once the visa interview is done, normally visa officer asks you to leave the passports with them in order to stamp the visa for you. So once the visa is stamped, they will be sending you passports by the courier, or you can select the pickup location from their office. So once you get the visa, you are ready to travel to the US and start working for that employer. This is very important. You need to understand the important timelines for 2024 and 2025. So step 0 is employers or H1B sponsors need to create online account for the H1B registration for the lottery. So starting date for that process will be last week of the February 2024. Logically speaking, you have almost 1 month in order to reach the sponsoring companies, try to apply for different jobs they might have now, and try to secure a job with them within 1 month time. So you need to be serious about it if you are really willing to take a job with a US employer and want to work in US. So you have time until end of the February to secure a job with a US based employer who can sponsor H1B for you. So in the step 1, starting from March 1st, employers will start filing for H1B registrations for the online lottery that starts from the March 1st. That will go until March 17. So ideally there will be 16 to 17 days for the H1B registrations for the online lottery by the employers. So basically, as I said, they need to provide your details like full name, passport details, country details, etc. in order to register you in the H1B lottery system. This is done online. Then step 3 is once the lottery registration process is ended on the March 17, so starting from March 18 to March 31st, USCIS will conduct the computerized lottery and will announce the results. So for the successful candidates, they will be sending the notifications in their emails. Either they provided their emails or their sponsors companies provided their emails or their attorneys or lawyers. So whatever the email they have mentioned in the registration application, they will get the email notification for the selection. Step 4. So once you are selected, then you have logically 90 days time in order to submit the petition for the work permit. So from April 1st to June 30, those 90 days, your employer need to work with the attorney in order to prepare work permit for you in those 90 days. So your petition should go or should reach to USCIS before June 30th. So in the fifth step, once the USCIS receive the work permit petitions sent by the employer, they work on their decisions. So basically, they check their paperwork submitted by the employer about the employee, all those details. So normally, regular processing can take up to 6 months. But if you want to have a decision before that, there is option of premium processing by paying additional $2,500, and then you can have a decision about that petition within 2 weeks of time. Step 6. So step 6, once your petition is approved and you get the copy of the approval notice, that is called I-797, you need to ask for that approval notice copy from your employer that you will need for the visa stamping. So in step 6, you will basically fill out the DS-160 form, pay the visa fee, schedule appointment with US consulate in your home country after July 1st. So let's say you are selected before March 31st. Your employer sent the petition between April 1st to June 30, and then you are selected before June 30, but you cannot go for the visa stamping before July 1st. So basically, there is a timeline. So after July 1st, only you can schedule an appointment with the US consulate in your home country in order to do the visa interview, do the biometrics, and submit the passports for the visa stamping. Last step, once your visa is stamped, you get your passport. Let's say before September 30, you got the passport, but you cannot start working with the US employer before October 1st. In some cases, they might give you exception that you can start early from September 20. That is 10 days exception is there, but logically you cannot start working for a US based employer before October 1st. So since petition is for 3 years, so work permit you will receive from October 1st, 2024 until September 30, 2027. So 3 years work permit will be there, that is extendable for next 3 years. So once you reach in US and then you work with employer and then you show your performance and try to convince them to sponsor green card for you. In the next slides, you can see I have listed down some of the important websites for the H1B lottery. First of all, there is the USCIS website, United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. Then there is a Department of Labor website. You can go there and read all their policies, rights for the H1B workers. If you are not paid fairly or you are not being treated with respect by the employer, you can go there and do complaint against the employers. Then you can see list of H1B sponsors or seller information on this website called h1bgreater.com. Then you can also go to this website for seeing the numbers about the H1B visa history, or you can see the tracker information like processing timelines, how much time it takes generally for each step of the H1B visa. Then I have listed two very good websites below for the H1B related information. It is very good source of information. And then these websites you must visit in order to understand the H1B related things. So please put your comments in the comment section. If you have any questions, please like this video. Please share among your friends, loved ones, that may help someone in order to pursue their dream and to apply for the job, get the visa, arrive in the US, and live their American dream. Please subscribe my channel as I'll be posting more good videos similar to this for more journey on the US visa system.